Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps, and I have the cutest Christmas tags to share. Okay, so we all know it was Christmas in July last month, but I was not feeling anything Christmas. I wasn't ready to see the red and the green and all the Christmas stuff in the stores. And so I did not create anything for Christmas in July. But it's a new month. It is August. And I don't have my calendar in front of me, but it's August the 8th. And the other day, or last night, I finished tags, the cutest, sweetest tags that I am calling Peppermint Rose, and you will see why in this video. But first, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you missed my last couple of videos, one of those videos was an original idea I brought to YouTube 3 years ago this month. I cannot believe that much time has passed by. Do you guys recognize these? These are my bottle cap shaker charms. Super fun. Well, 3 years ago I shared a video, and in that video I shared 3 different ways to create bottle cap shaker charms. Well, I am doing a 3-part mini series, and in each part, in each video, I will share a different way of making these bottle cap shaker charms. So I'm basically repeating my original video, which I will have linked right now. You can click in the upper right hand screen. I'm basically breaking that longer video up into 3 shorter videos to create these shaker charms. And you are looking at my favorite style here. Can you hear the shake shake? And I do have my fan blowing. It is summertime, though next month fall starts. Can you believe it? In my neck of the woods, fall is delayed by 1 to 2 months. And I hate that because fall is my favorite season. But you can check out this video if you like. And then my last, well, the video before last. You guys, if you have not checked out my molding series, you need to get on board. It's a series I started several years ago. And last year, I introduced a revolutionary way to mold. At the same time, maximize your clear stamps. So in my last video, I demonstrate how you can use a clear stamp to create a professional grade mold to create your plastic and resin pieces. I have several videos already in this series, and I think this might be the 3rd video in this series where I'm using a mold from a clear stamp. And I am not done with my molding series. You guys, I got more revolutionary methods to bring your way. So you could click on the thumbnail right now if you're interested in this video, or what you can do is watch this video in its entirety, and at the end of the video you will see thumbnails that you guys, let's get started because these tags are sweet and I'm so excited about these tags. I am, because I primarily used fabric, and I created these tags in a style that I don't think I've created tags like this before. Okay, let me share the first one, and then I will offer some inspiration behind my tags. Take a look at them, you guys. They're adorable. They're in the color scheme of your pinks and your raspberries. And they came out sweet. When I saw these, that's the word that came to mind, sweet. Now, I know they have a different color scheme outside of Christmas. As a matter of fact, these look more Easter and more pastel. in part because of the designs and the color. But these are definitely Christmas. I call these tags the softer side of Christmas. And look at the fabric just blow in the wind. That's my fan because it's hot in my crafty space. But I'm just oohing and awing over these. Want to get closer. Can you see that glisten? Can you see that crystal, that sparkle? Can you see the dimension? Now I know it looks girly, so it's perfect for the little girl in your life, but it's also perfect for the big girl in your life. I'm a big girl, and I would love to receive a tag like this on one of my gifts. I wanted an organic feel. So the inspiration for my tags, I have a lot of 3 that I created. It all started with this bundle of fabric that I have kept on my table. This is thrifted fabric. Fabric from estate sales. It's scraps and bits and pieces and remnants. I wanted to do something with it. I donated some of the fabric, and you could see here, like some pieces are small. This is how I got it. But this is so pretty, I couldn't part with it. And so I wanted a way to incorporate this fabric in my crafty creations. And I tell you, tags is the way to go. And going forward, this holiday season, I will be primarily using fabric in my creations. I love how it turned out. Okay, so it started, my inspiration started with this fabric here. And from once I picked out the fabric that I wanted, I was kind of at a loss concerning what dyes to use. My original thought was to use this die set here. It's a deer, and it's a buildable deer. I love deer, and I know I don't give deer, I don't give Frosty the recognition and attention that they deserve, because the last several years I have primarily worked with gingerbread because that's my favorite icon for Christmas. But I wanted to use this. And then I have a gingerbread die. It's brand spanking new. It's on its way now. I thought to use the fabric and save it for the gingerbread die that's on the way. But then I remembered. Then I remembered I had something on my desk that would pair perfectly with the fabric. And let me show it to you right now. Check out this Peppermint Rose sticker coloring poster. Now, if you have been following me for the last several weeks, and if you saw any of my sticker videos, then you know I scored big time at what I call a craft estate sale. It was a whole house estate sale, but I call it craft estate sale because that's what she primarily had. Crafts galore. I went 6 or 7 times, 2 weekends to that sale. And I'm still recovering from all the shopping I did. It was so fun. But I scored a lot of vintage stickers. Already I've shared 5 sticker videos in my sticker series. I have 2 more to share before my grand sticker finale, which will consist of all things Susie Zoo, because I scored and found a boatload of Susie Zoo stickers, of which I will use some to create Christmas tags. But I found 2 of these from the craft estate sale, and it came with a sticker sheet. I have removed all of the stickers, but I did not use the actual stickers on my tags. Later on, I'll share with you my process. But I want you guys, I hope, this is the third time I filmed this video. I'm using my tablet this time, and I really hope, you guys can see the dimension. I hope you can see where I have accented certain elements. Let me go ahead and share my second one. Now, they're different, but they all feel the same. Take a look at this one. Do you guys remember Peppermint Rose? I don't remember Peppermint Rose. This collection was manufactured in 1993. And another reason why I used this set is because it was manufactured in 1993. My daughter was born that year. And whenever I find vintage items that coordinate with a special year, I use it. What I'm going to do is use one of these tags, if not two, on my daughter's Christmas gifts. Wouldn't that be so fun, right? To create something for someone and use something that was made the year they were born and give it to them. How fun. So yeah, I will use one or two of these on her gifts. And this is something that's kept. To me, it's priceless. It's an heirloom. So I know she will keep it, though I don't even think she knows about Peppermint Rose. But when I saw the name, I knew instantly that I wanted to create something that dealt with Peppermint Rose, because I've never heard Peppermint Rose before, but it stood out to me. I didn't know or didn't think at the time to use the stickers. Okay, so that is number 2. So let me share some products that I used. I used these dies that many of us picked up from Tuesday Morning several months ago. I used the larger 2, I think the larger 2 dies, and I used my Crafter's Companion Gemini Junior to cut my fabric out. And let me tell you, I love that machine. It cut out my fabric like butter. Now you probably can't tell. Well, usually when I work with fabric, I also layer it on paper. But I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted the delicacy. I wanted the movement of fabric. So I did not add any paper to stabilize my fabric. Then you might be wondering, well, where does your stability come from? Well, let me show you the back side while I grab this product that I use. It's a must-have in my crafty space. It's called Terriol Magic. It's a fabric stabilizer. You spray with this one. I have used another product, but it has a consistency of thick glue, and you don't spray with it, you pour it. I still have some of that product, but let me tell you, I absolutely love this. I will have this linked below. I didn't even use a lot, and the way I did it was I put my tags in a Ziploc bag and I sprayed some of the magic in this bag, and I let a couple of my fabric pieces air dry. And then, well, if you caught my laminator / heat machine series, and then you know I use my heat machine to create fascinating projects. But anyway, I sped up the heating process by sandwiching my wet fabric. That Terriol Magic is what's providing the stability, and it makes this tag feel more like a tag. And on the back, well, once again, I wanted to keep an organic feel, and so I used punches, and I punched out paper, and with my own handwriting I wrote for and from. Aren't these fun? I know they may not look Christmassy, you guys, and let me point out to you why they are, despite the pastel springy colors. Okay, and by the way, these little creatures, well, I shouldn't say creatures, they're too cute to be creatures. They look like bunnies, but it's all Christmas. Take a look at what this bunny is holding. Those are lollipops. Also in this hand is a single lollipop that's supposed to mimic flowers, but she's holding lollipops. And by the way, they're Christmas lollipops. And instead of holding a bag full of toys like Santa does, she's holding a bag of candy. And I've accented those elements with the glaze. You could use Fun Stamper's Journey glaze. You could use Glossy Accents diamond glaze. There's a number of different glazes on the market to use. And I've also accented other elements, like, not sure how much will convey via the screen, but I added glaze to the brim of my coffee and on some of my desserts here, on this candy, on her hair. But do you see that crystal look? Not the hair, but the hat. Well, another one of my favorite products is Diamond Dust. It's known by different names. I love the Recollections glass glitter, and I've talked about this in many videos. It's hard to find, especially in the clear. Well, I'll have a link for this because this is readily available, and you add it to your glaze while it's still wet. And I actually added some to these lollipops right here too. But the glaze, it gives dimension to wherever you add it. Now, what I also did was I used my gel pens, and I have several sets by Sakura. I'm showing the black, and this might be the clear. Well, I used the black to accent the eyes, make the eyes pop out. And then on some of these elements I used, like I think for this hat flower, I used the same color gel pen and then added the glaze. So using the gel pen, it highlights and it draws attention to those areas, though it may be subtle. Now this one is really sweet. See the word sweet right here? I'll talk about that in a second. But it's filled with Christmas candy. You see candy canes in different colors. Look at that heart lollipop, that peppermint lollipop, and then the peppermint rose. I love that peppermint rose. I know I have a rose stamp. I need to recreate a peppermint rose. I just love the phrase peppermint rose. I love it. And then you can see here where I've accented the lollipop that this bunny is holding. Actually, she's licking the lollipop, the heart and little leaves in her hair, and then her feet stands out. So I've added the glaze to her feet as well. Totally love. And are you guys ready for my last tag in this lot? It is fun. Here it is. Oh, these make me happy. Hence the word happy here. Looking at these is so fun. I love how it's Christmas, but it's not in the traditional Christmas colors. I like that it has that Easter feel, but once again, it's definitely Christmas. This bunny is holding a bowl of peppermints in different colors. And I've added glaze there. Another peppermint rose. Another lollipop. And look at her little hair piece. I have the glaze and the diamond dust there. Once again, accented the nose and the eyes. They look so fun. And for my words, I recently shared a Tuesday morning crafts video. I shared a bunch of, here it is, embossing foam. Well, in that video, I shared how you can maximize your embossing folders, the ones that have the word backgrounds. You can cut out these words and use them individually, and that is what you see here with my 3 tags. Now, this word joy did not come from this embossing folder. It was actually one of the sentiments that came with the collection you could pick up on HSN from Crafter's Companion. It wasn't this one, but it looks just like this one. So I embossed using Anna Griffin's Mirror cardstock. I love all things Mirror cardstock. The color here is raspberry. It's currently sold out, but she's going to be on HSN next week. More may come in. Well, in that video, I embossed out this folder with that paper and then used a sander to sand the words. And I love that distressed look. And then for my bows, it's a subtle touch, but let me show you what I use. I love Gig'em, and I love Gig'em rubber stamp bows. I collect these. I'm not too sure where I got this one from. It probably came from that craft estate sale or a thrift store. But I stamped on silk paper. I shared it in a video last year. I found a whole lot of it from a thrift store. It was one of my greatest craft find videos. That's the silk paper that I used, and I fussy cut out the bow. So it's fabric, and it has movement. Look at that. And I love that it's so delicate, and I love that it's Gig'em. And I finished off the bow with a Gig'em button, one of my fave buttons, and I used different colors. I used a brown here, a pink here, and a yellow here. For, oops, okay, so I had a pop dot. I didn't use enough to hold my recycled my recycled trim to my tag. So you know how some fabric, it has a frayed edge. I cannot throw that out. What you're looking at here is that frayed edge. It's beautiful just by itself. So for this tag, I'll add some hot glue and adhere it back on. But for these two, I used a trim that I have. It has a vintage yellow tint to it. Though I do have some yellow in these tags, I didn't like the color. So what I did was used an ink pad. This is Rustic Rose with Fun Stamper's Journey. I'm a coach if you're interested in any of our products. And I just rubbed the ink pad over this trim just to grunge it up. And for 2 of my tags, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I took the ink pad and grunged up the edges to give it a distressed look. Yes, you can distress your fabric. So these 2 have that distressed look, and this one, I didn't do anything to it. All the backs look the same. So are you guys ready to see the stickers? Here's the sticker sheet. No stickers on it. But once again, these are stickers, and then again, they're not stickers. Let me show you what I do when I want to use my stickers over and over again. I put my stickers on a white sheet of cardstock like you see here. These are all of the stickers that came on this sticker sheet. And then I make a digital file because I always want to have it. And then I make copies. And then I cut out the images with my Brother Scan and Cut. Of course, you can fussy cut these out as well. Aren't these adorable, you guys? If you have heard of Peppermint Rose, please leave your stories below. I do not remember. I don't know if this was a show. I don't know. But they're adorable. And I I found some Peppermint Rose scented stickers on eBay, and they're on their way. I'm not sure how many girls are in the collection, but there's at least one girl in this collection. But aren't these so fun? If I wanted to, well, these look white, but they're actually like a soft, they have yellow in it. If I wanted to, I could add color to these images as well. But for my tags, I left them as is, except for the areas I used my gel pen. Here are some of the images, extra images that I cut out. The Brothers Scan and Cut, it does a fairly decent job. I think next time I won't add this extra border around the images. Now this one, you got to be careful when you use your gel pens, because the mouth, I made it too thick, and to me that distorted her pretty smile. So I won't use this image. But these are some nice size images, and it just flew away. Once again, I have my fan going because it's hot in my crafty space. But I used every single one of these designs, and some did fly away, but I used them all. And I only used one set for all 3 of my tags. Let me know what you guys think about these. You will definitely see more fabric incorporated in my tags this year. I can't wait until my gingerbread die comes. It's a brand new set. I think it was just released, and I want to play with this one. And what I endeavored to do, well, I will bring more gingerbread, of course, because I love gingerbread, but I have some snowman vintage stamps that I want to somehow incorporate and use in tags this season. So I'm going to play around with those as well. All right, you guys, these are my 3 lovely, sweet peppermint fabric tags. If you have been inspired to just create, if this project put a smile on your face, why not put a smile on my face? Go ahead and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe, because I have a lot more coming your way. Now, you guys, I challenge you, use some fabric if you make Christmas tags this year, and use stickers. If I was so bold, I would have used my original stickers. I know I have 2 sheets, but I have to keep one of those sets and put it in my treasure chest, because I am loving all things Peppermint Rose, and I am perfectly okay with using copies of my stickers. To me, it's a safe way to go. And then I have an endless supply, so I can make any number of these and I'll still have more than enough. But I challenge you to do things a little different. I'm loving this color scheme. Next set, I might not use pink, but it will be a color scheme I don't normally use. So I'm challenging myself to do things a little bit different this year. So I do have links below for the Diamond Dust and the Terrio Magic. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. As always, blessings.